What's up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the Dread Pirate Dr. Disaster, and people talk an awful lot about how long we have waited for a Grand Theft Auto 6, and yes, it's been pretty damn long, but Elder Scrolls fans have actually been waiting even longer for an Elder Scrolls 6, and unfortunately, with everything that we learn about this game that they're working on, it seems like it is going to be absolute dog crap.
No. It's not true. That's impossible!
I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but right now it is almost impossible for me to imagine a world where the Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be anything other than a progressive, steaming pile of dung. You see, I am a recognizer of patterns. You might think of me as a professional noticer of things, and when I see people like this that are working on the Elder Scrolls, as Cabrutus said on X, I'm getting a bit worried. This image has been making the rounds on social media, showcasing a few of the top developers that are working on the game.
Get away from me, you freak!
Look, I'm not trying to overreact, but these people here exhibit every red flag that it's possible to exhibit, making it seem that the game is likely going to be made for the modern audience. These are clearly social justice hags, and while I won't go so far as to say that it's impossible for the game to end up being good yet, I will say that I'm about as far from filled with confidence that it's possible to get, and I'm not going to pretend that this isn't alarming, even though I know a lot of people out there are going to say that this is just being mean.
Is that how you want to be remembered? As a bully?
Yep!
One of the big controversies surrounding the reveal of these images is the fact that a lot of people out there are pointing out that actually these folks have been at Bethesda for a long time now, 20 years or so in fact. So they were a part of the team which made Skyrim and Oblivion, but the thing is, now they are in positions of power, and they've gone from looking like normal people, as you can see there on the left, to looking like social justice crazies.
Why? Because I'm a woman?
No, because you colored your hair and transformed into ogres.
Honey, you got real ugly.
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also, don't forget to follow me over on X, where I keep a list of games lousy with wokeness pinned to the account at all times for your reference. My handle over there is Dr. Disaster 1. Also, I've started uploading some content onto Rumble as well, so make sure that you follow Dr. Disaster on that platform too. But anyways, let's look at this controversy surrounding these Bethesda employees. I just want to point out that I'm certainly not the only one who thinks these people are a massive red flag. After all, this top person here, Angela Browder, is the production and studio director. The lady in the middle, Christiane Meister, is the senior character artist, and the person at the bottom, Megan Sawyer, is the senior environment artist. They are all high-ranking employees, so this isn't exactly just three random people working at the studio that we're talking about here. These people are some of the top dogs working on the Elder Scrolls 6, but look at that post that I showed you earlier from Cabrutus, who also shares my concern, and then we've got this X post here from the Quartering. These are the blobs working on Elder Scrolls 6. The game has zero chance of not being horrible. Now, I don't know that I would go quite that far. It's possible the game will be okay, but man, when you combine this, along with the fact that Microsoft now owns that studio, a company who has been obsessed with forcing studios under its umbrella to adhere to their politically progressive guidelines, like not adding curvy females to their games. It's just hard not to write it off. But now, conversely, the Archcast had a pretty well-reasoned take that I respect, representing the other way of thinking. He wrote here, "This is a fascinating image. On the one hand, yes, these ladies are every single woke warning sign, but on the other, they are 20-year veterans of Bethesda. There is room for nuance here. They have done good work in the past and should not be judged by their covers. On the flip side, people change. Being steeped in current year politics has provably turned once great creative minds into ideologues. There should always be healthy skepticism in place when it comes to a game we know nothing about, but I don't see this as conclusive evidence that The Elder Scrolls 6 is doomed from the get-go. Like I said, that's a pretty well-reasoned take. Extremely reasonable, but the fact that these people worked at the company for 20 years is not a blanket defense, that's for sure. When Gamergate happened a decade ago, a lot of the weirdos who go along with the crazy progressivism which infected the industry really let their hair down, so to speak. They revealed themselves. And it is worth noting that Bethesda has not made an Elder Scrolls game since Gamergate became a thing. The ladies in question would have only been with the company around 7 years or so when Skyrim was released. So, they wouldn't have had a lot of influence back then when the good games the studio was making were coming out. As an example of someone who once did good work but then changed for the worse after the Gamergate controversy opened up craziness in the industry, let's look at this post here from Cabrutus. He said, "I'm seeing some people claiming that since these women were in Bethesda for a long time, this post of mine is just a grift, and The Elder Scrolls 6 is actually in good hands because of that." Okay, meet Patrick Weeks. He worked in BioWare for almost 20 years, and he was the writer of the entire original Mass Effect trilogy and also the entire Dragon Age franchise. He obviously was also the lead writer behind Dragon Age the Veilguard, and he got fired from BioWare after the disastrous flop of that title. See, being in a company for a long time and having done good things previously doesn't guarantee that someone won't end up getting infected by the progressive virus and start destroying beloved franchises. And yeah, he has a point. As you can see in the post that he showed from Patrick Weeks at the bottom there, that dude is a weirdo. I've actually covered some of the stuff that Patrick Weeks has said before on social media. He's one of the dudes who flipped out and went nuts after the US election in November didn't go his way. So, I will say this to summarize. There is still a chance that The Elder Scrolls 6 will be okay, but it is unsurprising that in a studio like Bethesda, these people here, these precise sorts of people, have been promoted to top positions, and it is worrying to see them exhibit the exact red flags that we have noticed in these spaces for so long. I am a professional noticer of things, and noticing stuff like this definitely makes me concerned about the Elder Scrolls. You can't fault a guy for using his eyeballs and his memory, but I'm gonna leave it there. What do you think about the Elder Scrolls 6? Are you concerned, or will everything be fine? Drop your thoughts into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.